talk about, whenever we talk about object-oriented programming, we hear often these words like objects, classes, overloading, overriding, containment, or aggregation, inheritance. So these words are common whenever you work with object-oriented programming. Okay, an object is nothing but it is instantiation of the given class. Then what is class? A class is nothing but classification, or when you declare something formally, we call that as class. Okay. For example, come to yesterday's code. Here, save file dialog is nothing but a class. Object save FD is a reference variable. This is reference variable. And when you write here like this new save file dialog, this is going to create an object for us. This is going to create an object. Okay. So using object save obj save FD, we can access this location, this memory location. So whenever memory is getting allocated for this particular object, what happens? It is going to initialize whatever static, whatever data you have in that. Also, whatever methods you have which can act on the given data. You can call methods, or you can call functions, or you can call operations. Okay. So they are actually all encapsulated together. So that's why we call it as encapsulation. A class is nothing but it's an encapsulation of data as well as actions or methods which can work on the given data of the given class. Okay, you define a class has a name. Okay, then the class formally you have to declare what data it should contain, and formally you should declare what are the methods you can use to process the data. Okay, so why do we define a class? Why do we define classes? See, whenever you go with bigger, applications, in such case, you cannot depend on the monolithic code. Single line of code cannot work for us. You need to divide into number of modules. One such module you can think as a class. Okay, you can think it as a class. Fine, in the form of the classes, you are going to develop modules. When you go with the procedural language, a single function or set of functions, you can think it as a module. A module contains one or more than one functions when we talk about C language. Okay, but when it comes to object-oriented programming, something like Java, C#, okay, it's my definition. People may differ with that. Okay, so here a class can be called as a module. You can think a class as module. For the sake of modularity only, we use the object-oriented programming. And one more thing, it's not a solution for all kinds of applications. Okay, for every application, this cannot be solution. OOPS approach is not a solution for all kinds of problems. For example, you take embedded systems. You may write 20 or 25 lines of code. So in such case, if you go with OOPS approach, no point in that. Okay, simply functional approach you can adopt. So that's going to be running quite fast when compared with the object-oriented programming. Okay, so object-oriented programming cannot improve the performance of the application. Okay, so for the sake of actually managing in an easy way, we choose object-oriented approach. It's a kind of pattern, it's a kind of architecture you can think. Okay, so it's one of the solutions we got from earlier developers. When they encountered certain problems, to solve those problems in the future without much difficulty, they adopted certain approach. So that is named as here object-oriented programming. There are many such approaches. One of them is what object-oriented programming. Okay, so whenever you go with the object-oriented programming, you talk about classes, objects, encapsulation, then here containment, inheritance, overriding, overloading, all these we talk. We are going to talk about all those things. So what are they? How to implement? We are going to see now in this. So save file dialog is nothing but a class. Whereas object save FD, obj save FD is nothing but a reference variable. And here using new keyword, you can create an object. What is the meaning of creating an object? Whenever you write something like this new save file dialog, whenever this application is running, at the time, dynamically, it's going to allocate memory for this particular object. It gets initialized. So this is called as here a constructor. Save file dialog is nothing but constructor. So constructors take same name like the class name. What is the class name here? Save file dialog. And the constructor also has same name. So constructor takes same name. It's a special kind of method which is going to initialize the object. Object is created, then it's going to be getting initialized. So whatever data you have, data may be getting initialized and they are going to be positioned somewhere in the location. At the same time, whatever methods you have in that, they are also, copied and kept in the memory. Okay, that means what? Loading the code into that location. Whatever code is related to object or class, it's moved into that location. Okay, so what exactly launching a program or starting a program? Whatever code you have in the program that goes into memory in some location that gets loaded. When your application is running, that code as per the requirement is called. In the same manner, here what happens? Whenever you create an object related to that particular object, code and data are copied somewhere into memory. So that is called as object. Okay, so the object is going to contain data as well as actions or methods which can work on the given data. Okay, so here save file dialog is nothing but class. Object save FD is a reference variable. So using new keyword, we create here object. Okay, so this is called as now object. Object save FD is referring a object here. Suppose I run something like this here. Object save FD equal to, if I write null, now what is happening? We lost reference to this particular object. Somewhere it is in the memory, we can't reach that. We lost the reference. So basically what this reference variable is doing here, it is pointing to that location somewhere in the memory. It is pointing to that memory location. Memory locations you have in the numeric file, like numbers only there. Okay, object save FD is referring the memory location. So when you write here null, what happens? So you are losing reference to this particular object. Then this object is becoming here orphan. Okay, you cannot reach that particular object because we lost totally reference. And this is also called as memory leak. Memory leak meaning is what? Basically, when you have such orphan objects in the memory, okay, so OS cannot actually use that location and it can't even claim that memory. So in such case, such things are called as memory leaks. We call them as memory leak. When you have such island of objects or when you have such orphan objects, what happens? Your application may be running very slow. To overcome that problem, .NET Framework from time to time, it's going to be collecting such garbage. So it is called as garbage collector. With the help of garbage collector, .NET Framework is going to collect such orphan objects or unreferenced objects. Okay, so now I think you understood what is a class, what is an object, okay, and what is a reference variable. So I remove this now here. The next step here, let us go to here, first of all, how to define a class. Let us try to create a class. How do we define class? A class can be defined using like public or default. When you don't put anything, it's called as actually default scope. A class can have, okay, class scope can be public or default. It's nothing but internal. It's called as default or it is nothing but internal. Okay, one more thing is what? Private. If you create a private class, no use with that. Okay, no point if you create a private class. So therefore, either we go with the public or we go with the default or internal. So if it's a public class, in the entire solution, the class is available. The class can be available in the entire solution. A solution may contain more than one class. But if it is internal, only in the current project it's available. When you go outside the scope of the class, in such cases, outside the scope of the project, what happens? The class will not be available to you. So it is internal to the current project. As we know, there can be more than one project in the given solution. Okay, so when you define a class as public, in the entire solution, you can use the class. It is available in the entire solution. Similarly, if it is default or internal, in such case, what happens? It's going to be available only within the current project, not in the entire solution. Okay, so here we have to define a class in this manner. Class followed by class name. Okay, then here we need to declare data. Okay, similarly, declare methods. Okay, roughly I'm writing it. You cannot use anything like declare data, declare methods. Okay, so you need to declare data and you need to declare the methods. Methods can be acting on the given data. Okay, similarly, here declare constructor or constructors, either single constructor or constructors. More than one constructor we can define. So like this, in the class, you have to define whatever data you require for the given class, you need to define the data. Okay, similarly, here declare and define. Declare and define, here this one. Similarly, declare and define. Okay, here also declare and define methods. So in the class, first of all, we need to do all those things. Okay, let us go to the class. Now try to here define. We define a class now here. Okay, we are going to here define the class. Similarly, data, constructor, and other one is various methods we define. Okay, but what class we can define? I want to define a class called circle. When I define a circle class, what I should have in the circle? The circle should have X coordinate, then Y coordinate, similarly radius. So they are basically called as data of the circle or state of the circle. Okay, a circle can be defined with these only. Suppose I ask you to draw a circle, then immediately you ask where I have to draw it, whether that is in the first quadrant or second quadrant or third quadrant or fourth. Okay, where exactly it has to be drawn, you may ask. Okay, to get that location, you require the value for the X coordinate and the Y coordinate. Probably with that, you get the center point of the circle. Okay, but you need to draw the circumference. That only completes drawing of the circle. So for that, you need to know the radius. You should have radius. So when you have radius, in that case, what happens? You can complete drawing of the circle on the screen or on the paper, whatever it is. So you need here X coordinate, Y coordinate, and radius. X coordinate is what type of data? Integer type of data. Y coordinate is going to be integer type of data. Radius is also going to be integer type of data. Let us assume like that. Okay, so but what we do with the circle ultimately, we can here find radius or get, you can say get area, or and another one is what, get perimeter. Okay, you can get the perimeter as well. So how do we get area? Based on the radius we can get. So radius is nothing but some data, but get area is giving you information. It's giving you entire area. Similarly, when you go with the get perimeter method, it's giving you the circumference of the given circle. So these two are acting on the given data. They are acting on the given data and they give you result. Similarly, you may write something like move circle. There may be one more method called move circle. So in such case, what happens? Circle you can move from one place to another place. So in such cases, you need to pass the values for x coordinate and y coordinate. Moving meaning is what here? The position of the center point you need to change. That is called as moving from one place to another place. That means you need to provide the new x coordinate and new y coordinate. So like this, you have to define the class. Okay, now let us write code for this. We are going to write code for that. Okay, so here in this, I want to here now go with a new form. I want to go here with a new form. Okay, so here add new item. So what item we need here? A Windows form is required for us. Okay, so this is drawing editor. I want to name this as drawing editor. I want to name this as here drawing editor. With the help of this, I want to draw something on the screen. Okay, I would like to draw something on the screen. Okay, but before that, I want to define a class here. So we have here a drawing editor.cs file. Okay, do like this here. Then let us define a new class here, or separately, you can define some another class. Go to this, then here, go with this, then go say add followed by new item. And this is a class. Class name is here circle. Okay, so we can call this as circle. What is the difference between circle and ellipse? We have two things. One is circle, other one is ellipse. Okay, both are same, but what difference we have between them? In the case of circle, here, both the radiuses, y-axis radius and x-axis radius, both of them are same in the case of circle. But in the ellipse, they are not same. That is the only difference between the ellipse and circle. Correct? When you look at circle, in the case of circle, x radius and y radius both are same. Okay, but when you go with the ellipse, what happens? They are not same. They are going to be different. Such things are called as ellipses. But in the case of circle, both radius in the x-axis and radius in the y-axis is going to be same. Okay, so that is the difference between circle and ellipse. Now let us define here the circle. Automatically, what is written here, internal is written. That means only within the same project it is available. If you try to create some other project, okay, probably we go with the test project. Okay, so there, whether it is available or not, we see there. Internal class, this is circle, followed by here, we require data. Okay, what data is required for us? So like, always data of the object must be private. Data must be always private. Using the allowed methods, public methods, you need to access data or you need to modify data. For example, look at TV. So inside the TV, a lot of circuit you have. Okay, something like volume control is available in that. Then channel changing is also available. Okay, so but to change the volume, to decrease or increase, or to change channel from one channel to another channel, we depend on the either front panel or we use remote. With the help of that we manage it. Correct? We don't open the internals of the TV. We don't manipulate like that. So if you try to do with that, what happens? You may damage the TV or you may get a shock. Because inside the TV, I think you know, since you are having electronics background, you know internally how TV works. There is one transformer called EHT, extra high tension transformer you have. Okay, so the frequency of that is actually in megahertz, not megahertz, in gigahertz. Something like 100 gigahertz or something, I think you have inside that. You have an idea of this one, Vaishnavi? Internally, how TV works, you have an idea? Nagendra, what is your background? Is it electronics?
No, sir.
Nagendra,
No, sir. I'm not electron.
you're civil or which branch?
No, no, sir. I'm
Computer
commerce.
science only?
Commerce. No, sir.
Okay.
Commerce.
Oh, yeah, you told correct. But basically, inside the TV or inside computer, you have a power system. Okay. One is SMPC, and in the case of particularly whenever you want to work with monitor, there you require very high frequency transformers. It is called an EHT, extra high tension transformer. Okay, with that only on the TV, we can see something. Okay, so if you want to, turn on TV or turn off TV, you don't open TV completely and you are not going to use directly anything in that. You are not going to do anything directly inside that. Instead, you depend on the front panel or you use some remote. With the help of that, you do it. Okay, so in the same manner, whenever you create a software class and software object, you should not straight away touch the data. Okay, using allowed methods, you must be manipulating the data. That rule you should follow. Okay, so in the same manner, we are going to do that. Now, inside the class, you can declare variables like private, followed by int, then here x coord. I can declare like this. Similarly, here private int y coord. I am declaring here two variables. One is x coordinate, other one is y coordinate. Then similarly, here I go with this private, then write int x radius. Similarly, here I go with private int y radius. Okay. So with this now, you can manage things. So here define the next thing is what constructor. So x coord, y coord, x radius, y radius, all of they are nothing but they are the data. Okay, they are actually nothing but okay. So they are nothing but data. X coord, y coord, radius. So these are nothing but actually data. Okay. So now here, what you have to do is you need to write the methods. Okay. With the help of that, you can be accessing these variables. Okay, we need to access now those variables. Okay, so here let us go with the constructor first of all. Write like public followed by circle. We write this way. Then here we can assign values like this. X coord equal to Y coord. Okay, Y coord equal to here 0. Similarly, here X radius equal to Y radius equal to, I want to choose here 1. So like this, we have created here a constructor. This is called as default constructor. It takes same name like class name. Whatever class name we have with that, with the same name here, we defined a method. This is called as a special kind of method and called as constructor. So this is the constructor now for us. We created first default constructor. Now we can go here and define one more constructor that is called as parameterized constructor. We need to pass here now int x, int y, then write here int, write this as radius. Okay, then here this time you can write x coord equal to x. Similarly, y coord equal to, here it is y. Then write x radius equal to y radius equal to, here it is radius. Like this we take. So what is happening in this case here? Whatever you pass here, the x coord is getting assigned with the x, and with y, the y coord is getting assigned. When you take radius, only radius we are giving. That means what? Both x radius and y radius are same. That's why you pass only just radius. When both of them are same, in that case, just we pass radius. But suppose if it's an ellipse, in such case, we go with this public, then here it is circle, then write here int x, int y here, then similarly int, right here x radius, comma, here it is int y radius. Like this we write. Okay, now here we need to initialize, write x coord equal to, here this is x. Similarly, y coord equal to, here it is y. We put like this. Similarly, just next right here, this dot x underscore radius equal to, here it is like this you can put. Okay. X underscore radius, spelling is wrong here. RA I should put. Similarly, here this dot y underscore radius equal to, here we write this as y underscore radius. So why we are using here this keyword? Okay, whenever you create a function, these are treated as local variables. With these variables, with these parameters inside that variables, they get declared. Okay, suppose you write here like x underscore radius equals to x underscore radius. What happens? This variable only will be changing. Okay, the original variable will not be getting changed here. So to access the x radius of the object, we have to go with the this dot x radius equal to x radius and this dot y radius equal to y radius. Whenever you create a function or whenever you call a function, what happens? whatever parameters you give, with that temporary variables are going to be getting created. Okay, so this x radius temporary variable is different from this particular variable. To access this particular variable, you can use here this keyword. Otherwise, if you write here x underscore radius equal to x underscore radius, what happens? This variable here will be getting changed. This temporary variable only will get changed. So it will not be getting reflected here. To overcome that problem, you can access the x radius of the given object using this keyword. This meaning is what? Current object. Current object x radius equal to here whatever temporary variable you are passing, so that you are assigning. Like this dot x radius equal to x radius, this dot y radius equal to y radius. So like this, here we created three constructors. This concept is called as here overloading. We call this as here overloading. Circle has been overloaded here 3 times. Default constructor, this is parameter constructor, and this one is what? It's a constructor in which x radius and y radius may not be same. So in such cases, what happens? You get the ellipse. You are going to be getting ellipse in such cases. Okay, you are going to get the ellipse. Okay, now this is called as here defining the constructors. All the 3 constructors are overloaded. Overload meaning is what here? Method name is same, but list of parameters are changing here. Here no parameters, but here you have 3 parameters and here you have the 4 parameters. So list of parameters are changing from one method to another method. Otherwise, method name is same. All the method names have circle only. Method name is same, but only the data, whatever variables you have inside them, they are getting changed. Here we don't have any parameters, but when it comes to this one, here you have 3 parameters and here we have the 4 parameters. Okay, so this concept is called as method overloading. We call this as method overloading. It is one of the features we have in the object-oriented programming. A method can be overridden and we are overriding the method here. Okay, so this is the default constructor and this constructor is having here 3 parameters or arguments, and this is having here total 4 parameters, and all these are nothing but formal parameters. Whenever you create object, at that time you are going to be passing actual values. They can be called as actual parameters. So we defined here 3 methods. They are circle only. All the method names are circle. They are overloaded here. Okay, so this is the default constructor. This is what? Having 3 parameters, and here this is having 4 parameters. Like this, the circle has been overloaded for us. Circle constructor has been overloaded in this. Okay, so we have overloaded the constructor. This feature is called as overloading the constructor. Okay, so we see here one more problem in this. Okay, and what happens? Sometimes the code is actually not exactly fitting in the screen. So in such case, suppose you want to here collapse the code. Therefore, in such case, we can go with the hash region. You can go with this, then write here, okay, circle constructors. You can put a name. Like this, you can put a name. Then here, you need to end the region. Wherever you want to end the region, you can end that. Right, hash end region. So we are ending the region. Now, when you come here, you can collapse the code. The code is actually getting here collapsed. Okay. Now, when you want to write something, you can, when you want to see it, you can expand like that. Now that is expanded. And if you want to collapse the code can be collapsed like this. Even for the data also, if you put, that would be better. Here write hash region. Okay, state, circle state definition. You write this as circle state definition. Okay, then here again go with the hash end region. Okay, we go with the end region. With this, here also you can collapse. Like this, you can go with the region and end region. Code can be getting collapsed or it can be getting expanded. Okay, so next thing is what? Now look at this piece of code here. Okay, we have int x coord, int y coord, and this is what here private data. So straight away you can't access. Only when you create a constructor at the time you can assign the data. Okay, but after that, suppose you want to modify the x coordinate or y coordinate or radius. So how to do that? For that purpose, we need to have the methods, property methods they are called as. We call them as property methods. So now you can define here property methods like this. Property methods are something similar to normal methods. So go here, but what is the difference you see in that? Public, then followed by int, then right here, x coordinate. Okay, we write like this, x coordinate, then followed by here, write set and get, you can write, or you can just go this way. Here, right here, set, okay, x coord equal to here value. Whatever value is assigned, we can get. Similarly, here we go with the get, then right here return, okay, x coord. This is called as here a property method. We call this as a property method. With this, you can assign a new value to x coordinate or you can retrieve a value. So this also let us keep uppercase C. In the same manner, we go here with the y coordinate. So here y coordinate we take. This is another property method we have. Here it is y coord equal to value and this is return y coord. Like this, we define them here. Then similarly, we require for x radius and y radius. Okay, then right here, this one, x radius. Okay, here what do you write? X radius equal to, we put the value, return, and this is here x radius. We write this way. In the same manner, we go here with the y radius as well. Okay, we write this one here as y radius. So just write here y radius equal to value. Then here go with the y radius. Okay, here you can do one more thing. Circle radius only you can write here. Public, right here int, then write circle radius. This is going to be property method. And with this now what happens? Here write set like this, x radius, okay, x radius equal to, then right here y radius equal to, we write this as value. Like this you can assign a value. Okay, so for both of them it's going to be same. Now here we go with the public, then right here int, sorry, not here, I should be writing inside that only. Here write get, okay, return x radius. It will be x underscore radius. Okay, like this we define. So these are called as property methods. Difference between a normal method and property method is, if you look at normal method, you have here brackets after that. After the method name, we have brackets. If you don't have any parameters, they are going to be empty set of brackets. When you come here, we don't have such brackets. Such things are called as property methods. These are called as property methods. We don't keep any brackets after that. So it is going to be used like a normal property. And with that, you can assign a value or you can retrieve a value. If only get is defined, in that case, you can just get value. That means read only property. That is, when you have both set and get, in that case, you can assign or you can retrieve. Next, right here, this is region property methods. Okay, write this as property methods of circle. Like this, we define. Then at the end, we are going to write this as end region. Hash end region. Okay, so like this we define. It is going to be ending. The region is getting ended here in this now. Okay, collapse it. So like this you have. This is for property methods of the circle. We are defining the circle state definition. Okay, similarly the constructors. Then we have here property methods. We've defined here property methods as well. Next thing is what normal methods now you need to define. One is area, other one is perimeter. Area and perimeter now you need to here define. Write public followed by int. Instead of going int here I write double. Okay, then here area. I should get area of the circle. So how can I get the area of the circle? Here write return. Okay, there is a library called math dot followed by you have here pi multiplied with here radius. Okay, so it is here x underscore radius multiplied here with the y underscore radius. Okay, we copy like that. This is area. Okay, but suppose you want to find here now public double followed by here perimeter. Okay, how do we call the perimeter? Perimeter, how it can be defined here? Return. Okay, return we take here followed by math dot. Here go with the pi multiplied here with the instead of this, I think we can go this way. X underscore radius plus y underscore radius. Is this the correct formula to calculate the perimeter? What is the formula to calculate perimeter? It is 2 pi r. Okay, it is basically 2 pi r. Whenever x radius and y radius they are same, in that case you can go with the 2 pi r. Otherwise, you can add them x radius and y radius. Then you can multiply that with the math followed by math dot pi. I think that is correct, but on the top actually on the top it's correct. Okay, so I think this is the correct one now. This is 2 pi r. It is going to be 2 pi r x radius plus y radius multiplied with here math dot pi. Probably it's correct. Is this definition correct here, Vaishnavi? For perimeter? Okay, so we define now here like this the class. A class has been defined here. So in this class, you have data, X coordinate, Y coordinate, radius. Similarly, we have three constructors. Then followed by we have property methods like X coordinate, Y coordinate, X radius and Y radius. Followed by we have area and perimeter. Okay, we have area as well as perimeter. Like this, we have defined the class. This is just formal declaration of the class. Okay, but before you use it, you need to test. For that purpose, we need to create here a test project. This has to be tested. Okay, we need to test in such cases. And I would like to write here one more method. Okay, one more property method. That one here is like public bool. Okay, is circle. I want to define here a property method called is circle. Here write get return x coord equal to, here it is y coord. When both of they are same, in such cases, it is here a circle, not x coord, sorry, it is x radius. X radius equal to here y radius. So in such cases, what happens? It is going to be a circle, otherwise it will not be a circle. If x radius and y radius, they are different, in that case, what? It's an ellipse, otherwise this is a circle. So like this, now we need to create the, we need to test the code. Okay, this class circle we have defined. Now we need to here test this one. For this, we define now here a new project. Go with add, followed by here new project. What kind of project we require? X unit test project. Next here. Okay. This is circle or oops test project. It is oops test. I defined it. Click on the next. Create. The project is getting created. So it is based on the X unit. I want to name this as oops testing. Okay, oops testing this is. I just want to save this. And the file name also I want to change this. Rename. Write it as oops test.cs. And now this is what? Okay, very first test case we are writing. Test. Okay, circle. Is it circle? So further we need to do it. But here, I need to first of all define the circle object. If I type here circle, nothing is coming. Okay, let me go to this place and try to add the namespace. Here, right, using, what is that namespace for me here? Sample, nothing is coming here. Because this is not referred in the, here in this project, this is not referred. Right click on this. Then here, go with the add. Okay, project reference. We need to click on the project reference. Here, add this as the referring project. Click on OK. That is fine. But here, if you go with the using, I can write here sample. Okay, still this is not coming for me here. I cannot actually get anything. So let me try to use here sample. I'm not getting anything, even still I'm not getting that. Okay, so here I have added dependency. Projects what are added here, this project is added for me. That particular project is added, but this is not containing any public class. Let us go with this, then create here public. Now let us come to this point, then here try to go with the using, okay, sample. Still this is not available. Let me come to this here and try to first start debugging this. Okay, earlier window only opens for us. Now come to this point here, then go with the using. This should be open for us here. Project name is what here? Sample Windows application is the name of the project. When you go with the different this one, okay, remove okay, I'm removing it. Then once again, I try to add that particular thing. Okay, go to the oops test. This time, add followed by here, project reference. I want to go with this, then click on OK. So this is giving some kind of error for us. Why it is giving problem? Anyhow, we try to test like this here. It is sample. Okay, we are not getting that. When I go with this, it's giving actually error for me. Okay, it cannot give any error. Let me remove first this one. I'm removing again. Okay, then here once again we go with this. Okay, this one, build solution. Then after that, this time here add, okay, project reference. Click on OK. But why this is giving this kind of error? It's giving some kind of error for us. Okay. Once again, let me remove and try here. Add followed by shared project reference. Nothing like that we have in this. Okay, so here what I do, I can upgrade this. Not required. So anyhow, I can go here, then try to add the this I cannot add anything here straight away. If I go with the packages, here in this case, right, like system dot Windows dot forms. Okay, so So let us install that and see. But this is giving some problem. Remove here this one. Not required. Okay, so unit test probably it's not being properly getting created here. There is an issue with this. When I try to add the reference, this is not taken, it's not at all taken into consideration, that one. Okay. So add sync namespaces. Not possible in this. We try to clean everything. Okay, there is a problem with that. So this project cannot be working. This is an error for us. Okay, once again, go with this. If I go with the shared project reference, but this is giving error here. No point here in this case. It's giving error. Okay. Yeah. We resolve this in the next session.